how y'all doing? Good morning, bonjour, buenos dias, and yeah, buenos dias, and good morning. How did I forget to say it in English? But I said it in English at first. So what's going on, y'all? Be on here probably for a little minute. I haven't been on here in a little minute doing a live. I try to do it at least once a week now. But at first I was doing it. I was on here probably like every. But I just felt like it get a little draining being on just every single day. So I'm gonna probably start doing it probably like on Saturdays, the morning, midday. What's up? We got one person. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the live. Buenos dias. Bonjour. So, and I just really kind of stopped doing it because I don't know. It just seemed like it's a waste of time. I'm gonna just be straight up honest. Doing it just every single day because I try to get like a certain level of engagement, and it just seemed like if I did it every day or if I did it just once a week, it's just like it is what it is. So it ain't really like it really matters almost. It ain't that I don't care, but it's just like for the sake of time, I'm not on here every day. And it's just like I be seeing people on YouTube that's been on there for like probably 5 months, and I'm like, dang, how they get like 10,000 views on one video, or they had like a I don't know, like it just seemed like something just don't line up. So, but like I said, I just don't want to not show up. So because I don't want to just not show up, I still get on and just try to just talk and just do something. But like I said, it's very discouraging because it just feel like it's just something you don't really have control over when it comes down to YouTube and the algorithm and stuff like that. And I feel like it's more of a headache. Like if I lived for YouTube in a way to where, you know, it was my lifestyle type thing, I think I'll be very disappointed because like I said, it's just I don't know what it is. It just seemed like so many people just I really don't know. Like I've been trying to build up a fan base for like many years, like get people that want to be fans, that like dance and they like languages. But like I said, it feels like I'm like a step away from impossible the way it feel. It don't feel like it's just easy. And like I said, I don't want to just be on here just with no plan. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to be on here with no plan, but I'm gonna still try to just, still try to be as consistent as possible. You know, just be consistent. Nothing to lose really. It feels very random. YouTube algorithm and everything, and it could be like I couldn't imagine just doing it for a living. Like that to me, it would be sort of kind of crazy to do for a living. But I hope I can continue to get people to watch me and their love. I remember you're the French. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I guess I got a fan base in a way, right? Somewhat of a fan base. I'm gonna take a screenshot of your comment with a smile. Yeah, I'm the French dance teacher, y'all. Spanish too, okay? Spanish too. Black guy living in Mexico, okay? Just the whole thing. Where you from? Demirat. Yeah, it's just like to me, I just need to develop a fan base. And it's hard to get a fan base because you want people that's really loyal. You want people that really love you for what you do. You don't want no trolls. You don't want like it's a lot of factors you have to really look into, but I still try. Oh, Cali in the house. I got a connection with Cali. I don't know, like Cali just because I'm American. I'm a Black American, so we got a lot of the same. It's pretty much like the same culture. If you was born in the early '90s, born in the late '80s, you probably grew up on the same stuff I grew up on. Um, yeah. So like I love talking about nostalgia because my channel is about nostalgia too. like language, dance, and culture. Okay, we going up there. We got 4 people. I must have got on at a good time. But yeah, and for my business, I'm still growing my business. I haven't been doing a lot of outreach like I was at first over the phone because everybody like, we got somebody to speak Spanish. We got somebody to speak Spanish. Am I scared after El Mencho? No, no, I'm not scared. I was probably like a little scared for probably like one day, maybe, but that was only really because my family, and I'm not saying that they like was wrong for doing what they did because they just was telling me, watch out, be safe and stuff like that. But sometimes when people just say that type of stuff, it kind of sort of trigger you like, I really do have to be careful, you know what I'm saying? And they don't even live in Mexico. But my perception of Mexico is different than my family perception of Mexico, and they from the US, right? So I probably was a little scared, like maybe just, and it was only really because I was trying my best to sort of kind of, um, I say one day. That was it. After that, I wasn't really really scared. Yeah, after one day, I wasn't. Thank you for your questions too, because the purpose of my live is to engage with y'all. And I see people that just get on and just don't do nothing, and it's like people engage, and I'm like, wow, like I be like, I must not be there yet. And I'm just talking about just anybody that have a following. They could just sit there quiet and just look at the wall or this door or whatever, and it's like people start talking and be like, oh, where you from, or um just anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, why is it so hard for me? I'm like, so I'm doing lives mainly on Saturdays now, y'all. I try to put it in Saturday. You might see me once or twice a week. I don't do it every day, but I'm constantly trying to build a following. Like it's very hard to do that. Like not easy at all. So we got Callie in the house. Who else we got other than Callie? Who else we got other than Callie in the chat? And I appreciate you so much, Callie, for at least saying something because you let me know that this is really like a you keep me going. You keep me motivated. You say I'm curious. Have learned your language because of culture or something else? Well, Spanish I learned it because I always wanted to speak a different language, just in general. Like growing up, like I always wanted to like not be understood by people, like certain people, like my family, like my aunt and stuff like that. Like I just like I want to speak another language. And then also I lived in Memphis, which is where I'm originally from, and I used to have jobs where Spanish people would come in, Spanish speaking people, and I would be like, "Oh, I want to speak Spanish to them." It just felt like such a power, like to me. Like I always seen it something like powerful. Like I'm like, I really want to speak, and I can remember to this day in 2008 or nine, I didn't speak no Spanish. I probably understood like basic words, but people will come in the store and I'm like, man, I really want to connect. So I would say more for connection was the reason why I learned Spanish and French too, just for connection. And I feel like French was more so I can separate myself. Like, so many people speak Spanish, but French was just like that. Like, oh, I want to be a little different. And I just really like it. So yeah. But I feel like my strongest language, like out of both of those languages, like French and Spanish, is definitely Spanish. Like Spanish is definitely like my stronger. My French is still good, but I feel like I'm weaker in French than Spanish. But it's obvious because I live in Mexico, so ain't no way around it. You know what I'm saying? So I live in Mexico, so it's my Spanish is definitely not as. It is strong. It is strong. I'm kind of working too, y'all, at the same time that I'm doing this live. So I'm looking over here. I'm kind of working and I'm doing a little bit of both. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll keep the questions coming. Where you from? Probably not Osaka. Where you from? Because yeah, my Spanish is stronger. But like I say, I'm a French interpreter technically too. But I just got into that. But I haven't got no calls or no French person, like nobody speaking French. Like, and I've been signed up for this about 3 weeks, probably. And it's just like I want to know French because I just love it. It's a passion, but it just feel like you scraping the bottom of the bowl because it's like, well, who you gonna speak French to? Not to say that it's not French people, but Spanish is like, just my next door neighbor type thing. Spanish is like in your face. You said that's really inspiring. I'm mixed, and I really like to be more connected to both sides of my family. Okay, so you from North America? Okay, so would like the family speak a different language, or do you have a second language or something like that? Let me take a picture of this. I think people just get famous randomly. They go viral randomly. No reason in Spanish. Okay, so do you speak any Spanish? Any Spanish at all? Why, how you end up in Mexico? I just wanted to come to Mexico because I had been coming since 2015. Like that was my first time. I'm like, I always wanted to just experience a different environment, just to be surrounded by another language and the people. Like the people just felt so welcoming to me. So I'm like, in 2015, I had came to Mexico. I'm looking over here because I'm working out. Because I came to Mexico, but I didn't live in Mexico in 2015. I just came and visited. So I would say because of the people and the language was like the two things. Because it's just you felt so welcome. It just felt so good. Like when I first came in 2015 just to visit, it was somebody I had met online. This guy that spoke. He was uh, somebody in Monterrey, and it was just like they never seen me in their life. You know what I'm saying? It was just only us kind of sort of chatting online. And they even said, come to our house. You can come and stay in our place, in our house. And I didn't really feel comfortable doing it, but it just was so just different from my culture, growing up in a black household. Like, you better not invite nobody over my house. Like, no, we grew up in a very strict shelter type of thing. And then it's just like Mexico was like, man, you can meet somebody 5 minutes and talk and have a 5 minute conversation. And they like, come on over. You know what I'm saying? My house is your house. So that's crazy. So I just thought that just overwhelming amount of just niceness, just well, not overwhelming, but it was just they so nice. Like the people here in Mexico, it just make me feel welcome, and it was like, okay, I gotta move, and it just was what it was. So yeah, it was like a community. It was like community for me. So I feel like your mental health is important. So I feel like if you're around a nice community, people that's really nice, treating you nice, it's good for your mental health. So that's why one of the reasons why I decided to move to Mexico. And I didn't decide to move until 2020 because when I was working at first, I had to go into an actual job. So it was hard for me to be like, I'm gonna just pack up everything and just move to Mexico. I ain't have no family or nothing here. But then I found a way around it, work remote, and boom, there you go. I was able to move, but that was in 2020. So I've been here 6 years now. Yeah, in Mexico for 6 years. So that's a long time. I told somebody there yesterday. Was it yesterday or I think when did I say that? Oh, no, it was like a couple days ago. I had told somebody, and they was like, "Wow, 6 years. That's a long time." And I noticed just a difference in my perception of first coming and after 6 years of being here. I noticed a difference in the perception. Not say it's negative, but it's more like I'm just part of the community the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? Even though people could still see me as a tourist, I mean, I've been here 6 whole years. I mean, to me, this if I'm still a tourist, I don't know what else to say. I mean, to me, I'm not a tourist because I mean, 6 years in Mexico. I mean, I don't even call it a different country no more. Like, why say different country? Like you in the, I'm gonna be like, oh, you in a different country, a different country. I mean, I'm in my. To me, I feel more connected. So it's like I feel like I own it, the right to say like, hey, I'm not a tourist, like, but I'm actually a resident, y'all. I'm actually a resident. I don't understand why people just coming and leaving in the middle of me talking. Like, if that's not discouraging, I don't know what is. But I keep it going. I keep it going. I keep it going just to say I showed up, y'all. I keep it going. So but it is hard to, be talking, and like I said, certain people be getting up right. Certain people be having a certain amount of following, and people effortlessly just connect and just start talking or just typing or just whatever. Like it feels so effortless to some people. And I'm like, man, I've been doing this stuff for over a decade. Like, what the heck is going on? So that's why, like I said, I don't really take it that serious. But not to say that I don't feel passion. But when I say not serious, I'm not getting too much in my head about it. You know what I'm saying? Just for my own peace, to protect my own peace. Because it's like how has this person got 5 followers and then got 100 people watching? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, what the heck is going? Like I don't know. So, but it don't literally be 5 people. People. I done seen people that have probably like half of my following, especially on TikTok, and I'm like, how in the heck they got like this amount of people or whatever? All right, see you later. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Appreciate the people that engage. And y'all subscribe too. If y'all not subscribed, I invite y'all to subscribe. Let me see. Do you feel connected to the culture in Mexico? You got a nice vibe. Okay, let me take a screenshot of your comment. Okay, let me see. Let me read your comment. Russell in the house. All right, thank y'all for watching me. Everybody that do watch me, I appreciate y'all support. Okay, so you said, do you feel connected to the culture in Mexico? You got a nice vibe, honestly. I feel like a part of me do feel connected because of 6 years of being here. How could I not feel some type of connection? And it's just in the warmness of the people. So I got parts I do feel connected, and then I got parts where I just remain this black dude from Memphis, Tennessee, with his own vibe. You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of kind of like I do still feel connected to certain things and appreciate a lot about Mexico, but I still feel like my roots still remain the same. So yeah, I thank you for your question asking me. Yeah, I feel like my roots is the same, like but I feel like I have grown and evolved, and that part of me that has evolved has that connection with the Mexico culture. So yeah, that's a good question. I really like that question. Yeah, I mean, I even speak the language, so if that's not connected, I don't know what is. Right. So yeah, I appreciate that. Was a good question actually. I really appreciate that question. That was a good one. Yeah, but I love the dance. I love I got my own vibe. You know, so yeah, that was a good question. Y'all keep these questions coming too. Keep them coming. But yeah, I do. I definitely feel a connection. But I don't feel like the connection is just like in just every single thing. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like a connection in certain things that like I said, like I love, you know. So you said you've been to France. Man, I wanted to go to France for so long, but I haven't been able to go. That's really the last place I would love to go. Like I'm not too interested in no other place. If I can go to France, that's like my dream, just going to France. So but no, I just try to just watch stuff in French, That's it. But no French yet. I mean, hopefully this year, hopefully, but we'll see. Yeah. Keep the questions coming. Y'all got some good questions. Good questions. This will probably be the only live I do this week, probably. Cause I just get tired of just jumping on and popping on, trying to be looking like, oh, do I got somebody? Is it So I appreciate the quality because I think quality. Are you subscribed to my channel yet? I don't know if I got you subscribed on here. Like one thing about me, I never have gave up though. They have a lot of stereotypical stuff though. Man, I don't be studying no bad when I go places to visit. I just be like in my own world, in my own bubble. Yeah, because it's like at the end of the day, I'm going for me. I'm not going for nobody else anyway. So I'm just that selfish. Like I don't care about no stereotypes. Let them. It ain't. I'm not coming for them anyway. Yeah, so I'm pretty much like my own person. Like I don't stereotypes. Okay, Like me going there would not be relying on that, you know. If I did that, I probably would go nowhere. I probably wouldn't even be in Mexico if I did that. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even be in Mexico if I did that because people gonna be people. I don't even really look at it like, oh well, this race of people this way or this man. People gonna be people regardless of the race or regardless of where. It's gonna be nice people regardless of where you at, and it's gonna be some people that's not nice regardless of where you at, regardless of whatever. Even my own people, you know, not everybody, but you know, I've had moments where it was like, wow, we both black, but this person seems to not really, you know, connect, you know, or seem like they not really whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or they could have even stereotypes within your own community of people. So I don't really try to just be like, you know, it's a race on race thing or nah. People, nice people or not nice. No matter where you at. I mean, I went up growing in an all black school, you know, growing up, you know, and there was times where everybody wasn't nice to me. Right. People just make labels. Let me see, I know, right? People just make labels just to make them right, right, right. Yeah. But like I say, I grew up in environments like that where, you know, some of the black people really wasn't feeling it or whatever, like, you know, labels or yeah. And I've seen a lot of people in Mexico be nice. I've seen some people in Mexico that wasn't nice. Um, just everywhere, you know, it's just a person to person thing, you know, not a race to race. Like I would get offended a lot of times because people wouldn't speak to me. You know what I'm saying? I would be like, oh man, like that really was my pet peeve. Like I would hate that. Like I would get so mad because I'm like, and I'm not saying that they had to speak first, but like I'm just saying, like in Mexico or just anywhere, you know what I'm saying? But I mostly have become more used to speaking in Mexico because I feel like in US it wasn't really quite a thing to really speak like that. But in Mexico, because I got kind of used to it, it's certain people that I have ran across, and I'm like, you know, in Spanish, like buenos dias, buenas noches, you know, they mean good morning, good night. And they just will keep going and just won't say nothing. Um, and that would hurt, but I'm just being honest, like it did. But I just learned to have a different mindset. I learned to say, you know what, I'm speaking because I want to speak. Like, right? Like they're not gonna stop me from but I'm still like some people, if you don't speak to me, I'm not gonna keep speaking to you if I didn't spoke to you like maybe once. I might speak again if I feel like okay, maybe they didn't hear me, but once I didn't spoke to you once and twice, or even if somebody I always speak to them first and they never speak to me, then let me go get some. I feel like my nose is running. I'll be back, y'all. But yeah, I just stopped speaking to certain people if they didn't speak to me like after I spoke to them. Like some people I spoke to, I'd be like, hey, what's up, whatever. And I'll be the one that always speak, you know, and they'll never say nothing first. So I stopped speaking to people like that. Or I stopped speaking to people if I just flat foot out said good evening or good afternoon and they just keep going, you know. Those people I stopped speaking to. Cause it's just like I feel like, you know, time, I value time so much. You know, time to me is just so important. And I don't really like wasting my time if I know, you know, it is what it is. I don't know how y'all feel about that topic. Like if y'all speak to somebody and they don't speak to you back, or if you be the one that always be like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I try to protect my peace. I think that's what I'm really going with it because I know that once when I was in those positions, I'm like, okay, I speak to this person, I ain't speak back. It would sort of kind of mess with my peace a little bit. So I started to map out, okay, who is the people that kind of sort of, you know, just certain environments where I would frequent a lot, you know. In certain environments I would frequent, I just kind of like, oh, this person, like, why they not, you know. Have you ever been, never been to Europe? I would like to go. What's up, Ray? What's up, Ray? Subscribe, Ray, if you ain't on here. I'm just telling people to subscribe so blindly, not even knowing if they'll like my content. But subscribe. Hey, I'm trying to get to 6,000. Um, but yeah, I would like to go to Europe. Like I said, I want to go to Marseille. That's my last destination. Like I don't want to go nowhere else. This is my last destination. What's up, Ray in the house? What bring you to the channel though? Do you like my dancing? Do you like the French? Do you like the Spanish? Like culture, black culture? What you like? But yeah, I would definitely like to go to Europe. Definitely want to go. But Mexico was like the first on my list, in 2020. Really in 2015. Like I said, because I visited Monterrey in 2015. So Mexico I always been like the first place on my list. Yup. So many people speak Spanish. Uh-huh. Y'all got any more questions? Anything else? I'm surprised. I haven't been on here all week, so I'm so surprised that people just kind of sort of came on, even if it's two people. That's helpful for me because I don't really care about the quantity. I really care more about the quality. Like people that's loyal to say, like, I like your vibe. I like, I care about that. I feel like you'll never win with quantity. Quality you can win, but quantity you can't. Have you ever did scuba diving? It's very cool. You should try it someday. No, I haven't did it. I just went to Oaxaca when it was in November. And I had never been there. And it was interesting because people walk outside. I went to Masunti, and people walk outside with no shoes on, just barefoot. And it was very man, I can't get no calls today. People just constantly answering them. Like I'm working too, y'all. But it's like a first come, first serve type of system. So, I'm a Spanish interpreter, but like within half a second, if I don't click something, it's gone, like the opportunity, which is crazy. But yeah, that's how it is. So that's why I keep kind of looking over here because I'm like, okay, I kind of don't want to waste time just sitting there waiting, because there's gaps, and then I kind of sort of like don't want to really not do a live because it's part of what I'm working on. But yeah, thank you. I'll have to go scuba diving one day. I will. I will one day, hopefully. You know. Who else we got? Okay, we got Ray, and then we got probably not Osaka. Yeah. Um, all right. Y'all got any plans for the day? Like y'all got anything that y'all gonna do? Any plans? Anything? Any of y'all learning a different language? I know you said you got Spanish and Norwegian, right? But any of y'all learning like any other language or anything like my main two languages, Spanish and French. That's it. Like I'm like this to close the door. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only languages that I really feel connected with. But I feel like okay, if I went to like Dubai or something like that, I would actually learn some Arabic. Like I'm the type of person you put me in an environment, I would learn it. Yeah, because I just love languages. But as of now, I'm Russell trilingual, so Spanish, French, English, Spanish, and French. And I think what sets me apart is that I'm a black man, and I did that on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't grow up in no Spanish speaking household. I didn't do nothing like that. Man, they constantly answering these calls. I'm so sick of it, man. It's like a split second. If you like, I look over, it's like, dang, somebody got it. But it is what it is. You said, wow, I know Arabic. I should teach you. Oh, you know Arabic. What about Arnab? I always say that. Arnab. Arnab. I know what they mean, but I wouldn't be Russell Trilingual no more if I did that. I'd be like Russell Polyglot or something. I have to probably change my name, be like, it's no longer Russell Trilingual, it's Russell Polyglot. Yeah, it'll be something like that. So it's I need to connect with more people. That's what I need to do. If I connect with more people, my brand is gonna be like that. I just need to connect with more people. And I'm thankful that y'all here, y'all. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. Yeah. So you actually learning actually fasting Ramadan. Fasting Ramadan. Oh, so what is that? Is it like a part of the culture? Oh, okay. There's a culture. Oh, okay. Okay, that's part of the culture. I see. Yeah, fasting. I don't think I ever fasted before. I don't think I ever did. I don't know if it count if I just go from. Well, yes, I have, but not for religious reasons. I think I fast. Yeah, fast. Like if I'm taking like blood tests or something like that, I gotta fast a little bit. So I have fast. I had did some fasting. I got this call, y'all. I'm going. Hold up.